Hi, so today I'm going to be checking out the Spigen Apple Vision Pro carrying case. This is a really nice alternative to the one that Apple came out with. This one goes for closer to $80, whereas the Apple one retails for about $200, so definitely a better option. The problem right now is that stock is pretty limited. I ordered this on the same launch day as the Vision Pro came out, so hopefully over time this one will be a little bit more available. But for now, I'm going to do an unboxing on it and show everyone what it's got inside. So let's check it out. So here's the box. Looks like we open it from the top here. It's empty now. And it looks like the whole thing comes in this cellophane style wrap. Little adhesive on that. Wow, that's a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but you really, for the size of the Vision Pro, you do need something pretty substantial. Looks like it's got a nice carrying handle on the top here. It's got a little bit of adjustment so you can push it down flush if you want it to be, with a little slider, and then it looks like that'll pop up then so you can carry it. All right, let's go ahead and lay it down. Got some protectors on the zippers. Nice little touch so they don't get scratched up in shipping. And we open it up. Looks like we've got a nice kind of a velvety flap on top. Up at the top here, it looks like we've got some space for cables. Pretty good depth in there. Probably goes down, half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. So definitely a lot of space. This part here doesn't seem like you have access to it. A little strange, but definitely a nice area here for some cables. And then here you've got some elastic for probably other accessories. So let's take a look at the main compartment now. So with the main compartment, looks like we've got bubble wrap protecting another interior case here. This is probably going to be more used for your power block, other accessories of that nature. Definitely want to keep those separate from the actual Vision Pro. So let's open this up here. Yeah, so pretty standard, just another little interior compartment. Nothing too crazy there. Looks like it's got a similar kind of a soft, almost like a neoprene on that one. It's a little shiny, nice and glossy. Over here, we've got a padded area for the Vision Pro itself. So what I'm gonna do now is actually go ahead and go get that and put it in and see how everything fits. All right, so went and got the Apple Vision Pro. I've got my battery pack, and then I've got my wall adapter. And while I was picking those up, I did take a look at the box, and I noticed that there was one part of this that I hadn't seen yet. So there's actually a hidden pocket if you look inside the mesh of the top, and I can fold that out and just show you real quick. Very small, maybe enough for a memory card or some other small item, but interesting little piece of storage that they've added there. I don't really know what I would use that for at this time, but it's really not much bigger than a couple of SD cards worth of space. So just wanted to make sure you guys saw that. So back to the case itself, I think it makes sense to first start by loading up this center area. So with that, I'll go ahead and put the battery in first. Show you guys. Tilt that up. And it does have enough space to where you can get the battery in without putting an unnecessary amount of kink on the tip of the battery where the cord comes out. I would have liked to see it a little bit bigger in terms of length, so just to cut that kink down even more, but I wouldn't be worried about it long-term use. On top, I'll go ahead and put it in my power adapter here. And you do have enough room in there if you wanted to throw in some AirPods, maybe one or two other small accessories, but not too much more room in there. So I'll go ahead and zip that up now. And that's a really secure setup in there. It's got a dual zipper, so really easy to keep that organized and managed. And everything about this case just feels really solid. Even with just those two items in there, this is now a pretty heavy case, which is good. You can tell this thing could handle a drop or two. It definitely has some pretty solid crush resistance. I would not be worried about this thing getting damaged in like a backpack or anything like that. And the outer material itself too is a lot higher quality than what I saw with the Apple Vision Pro case. Apparently that is some sort of like ripstop nylon, but personally I really just feel a lot better with this type of material. I don't think it's going to show wear as much and definitely won't get as dirty. Alright, so now that we've got our cords in there, we're going to go ahead and put the headset itself in. It's nice because it just kind of drops right in here. It's got a little bevel on the bottom that keeps it in place. If you were planning on doing a more serious transport with this, I suppose you could try tightening the headband a little bit, just to try and cut down on the amount of wiggling it does. It doesn't end up getting tight enough to keep it completely secure, but once you fold this over on top, that's going to really keep it from going anywhere. And now that I've got it in there, one thing to note is that this felt actually does end up sticking up a little bit. So once you close it, you're not actually going to get full usage out of this top pocket because this is going to stick up into it a little bit. So just something to keep in mind, you don't get full usage of this entire storage space. If you did pack this to the brim, you could end up putting a lot of pressure on the top of your headset. But for me, all I've got extra to throw in there for now is the dual loop band. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold that up and throw that in my top zipper here. If you did have another battery, there is enough room for one more battery in this pocket. You could potentially do two, but I would say probably one would be the safe limit. Two, you could probably pull it off, but I don't have a second one to check at the moment. So when I get a second battery, I'll go ahead and check that for you guys. But for now, I'll go ahead and zip this part up. And all the zippers are really solid. Everything seems double stitched. There's no quality issues at all. We'll go ahead and close that up. Zip it around here. Dual zippers on this as well, which is nice because then you can pull them to the top where the handle is. Still got the protectors on these zippers. Go ahead and pull those off. Well, actually that's on there pretty good. I'll cut those off later. But we've got the handle. I would have liked to see a little bit more clearance on the handle. I don't have huge hands, but definitely normal to larger sized hands, and my knuckles are hitting the bottom of the case while I'm grabbing it. But I feel like, a case like this, you're not really gonna hold like this too often anyway, more just taking it in and out of a larger bag like a backpack. So for that use, it's definitely good enough. And overall, I'm really happy with the case. I think compared to the price of Apple's case, this is a really good deal. I don't think it should damage it. It's completely protected. In doing some rotating, I do hear things shifting a little bit. That's more probably the accessories than the headset itself. With that mesh on the top of the case, it's really going to act kind of as a spring mechanism to keep the headset from moving too much. So really happy with how they designed that. But definitely keep in mind you cannot overload that top pouch, otherwise you will be putting pressure on the headset. So overall, I recommend this 100%. It's a really nice piece, looks great, and I think personally, visually, I like this one better. I think the Apple Vision Pro official Apple case has got a unique look for anyone that wants that kind of spaceman vibe. Does look like something NASA might have designed, but at the same time, with a lot of use, I feel like this is going to hold up a little better and look good long term. So for the price difference, I would definitely recommend the Spigen. Alright, well that was my review and unboxing, and if you want to know more about this product, I've included a link to the Amazon product. page in the description. So go ahead and check that out. And I hope to do more reviews on other accessories as they come out, as well as showing other videos on developing for the Apple Vision Pro, making apps, and more. So definitely stay tuned for all that. Thanks.